I built a deck that wins the game by losing the game. Hi, I'm Michael Solani and I'm a loser. But don't worry, my therapist has reassured me that morally speaking, I'm not a bad person because of it. After all, I'm not alone. Statistically speaking, you're a loser too. Commander games have 4 participants, and only 1 player can win the game, assuming you're not either in the process of getting married or in possession of a substantial amount of My Little Pony merchandise. Yes, the odds are stacked against you, because they're 3 people and you're only 1 people. It's perfectly natural to lose, and there's nothing wrong with you if you can't get there, Billy. Still, I understand. Losing feels shitty, especially if it's to Sir Shandlar of a Baron. God, I fucking hate Sir Shandlar of a Baron. So what can you do? Get better at the game? Out of the question. I've decided that if I'm gonna lose so hard that it flips back to winning. This is how they brew it. Our commander today is Magar, of the Magic Strings, which sounds like either a low to mid-tier ramen joint or just a pretentious luthier. He has an ability that puts an instant or sorcery from your graveyard onto the battlefield as a creature, and when that creature connects with an opponent, you get to cast a copy of that instant or sorcery free of charge. Plague Wind creature connects? You get to cast a free Plague Wind. Unexpected Windfall creature connects? Well, you still gotta discard a card, Magar doesn't bypass the additional cost, but you still get to cast a free Unexpected Windfall. Environmental Sciences creature connects?
Jim, come get your damn land!
It's a free house!
But what does this have to do with losing the game? I mean, won't casting more spells mean you're closer to winning the BAM? Here's the real commander of this deck, Stunning Reversal. If you cast it, then next time you'd lose the game this turn, you don't. Instead, you draw 7 cards and your life total becomes 1. No God-fearing deck cares about this card because in real life, Stunning Reversal exiles itself. Barring massive bullshit, you can't loop it. But that's not the case in the land of the Magic Strings, because the creature version of Stunning Reversal sticks around after you hit a guy. That means you can get as many copies of it as you want. So, the plan is to connect with and cast a copy of Stunning Reversal, lose to draw 7 cards, and then somehow not die as the next 3 players take their turn while your life total is stuck at 1. Oh. Okay, I might be getting ahead of myself for a bit. There's 3 main problems to solve here. How can you make your instant and sorceries, your spell creatures, connect consistently? How can you get Stunning Reversal into your graveyard, and once everything's set up, how the hell do you turn losing into winning as opposed to turning losing into merely not losing? Well, let's tackle them one at a time. First, let's establish a connection with our opponent's face. Obviously, you'll need to find a way to get your spell creatures through crowded board states. Now, Red is actually quite good at sneaking small creatures past enemy blockers. Goblin Tunneler, Goblin Smuggler, Pathmaker Initiate, all of these can make a creature with power 2 or less unblocked. Oh, son of a bitch, Magar makes them 3/3s. Alright, I'm gonna have to put more thought into this than none at all. Rogue's Passage and Access Tunnel both allow a spell creature through, no magic strings attached, and the Black Gate works if you're hitting the opponent with the most life. Both Agility Bobblehead and Sonic Screwdriver make a spell creature unblockable when you need it, and tap for mana when you don't. Silver Shroud Costume, Thieves' Tools, and Brotherhood Regalia are all cheap equipment that do the job. Both Minas Morgul, Dark Fortress, and Douthie Trapper can give one of your creatures Shadow. That's practically the same thing as unblockable. The only thing that'll realistically stop you is a Douthie Voidwalker, which fucks this deck over so hard anyway that you'll want to remove it as fast as possible if it's ever played. Filth gives all your creatures Swamp Walk, so with a little Urborg magic that's true unblockability, but you'll have to be satisfied with smacking around swampy decks until you get that card. And of course we've got Key to the City, whose downside's actually an upside since our deck wants everything in the graveyard anyway. Of course, dodging blockers is only half the fight. Magar's ability comes with one crucial downside. If any of your spell creatures would leave the battlefield, they're exiled instead. You can't get them back, and like a heart-to-heart conversation with your soon-to-be ex about where you two went wrong, there's a lot of vulnerability there. That's bad, especially since the deck's game plan relies on repeatedly attacking with specific spell creatures. You can't afford to get no value out of your reanimated dudes, and sitting around for a turn cycle waiting for a board wipe or targeted removal is suboptimal. That's why there's a substantial smattering of haste in this list. Tuk Tuk Rubblefort and Rising of the Day are the most straightforward, but Olivia Mobilized for War and Chainer Nightmare Adept also give everything that matters haste while doubling his discard outlets. Finally, for one more haste enabler, Anger joins Filth in the Yard, which is actually a pretty good description of my pit bull now that I think about it. Now that you can hit face, you've got to get Stunning Reversal in the grave. There's two main paths to binning it. There's tutoring for it directly into the yard, and discarding it from your hand. Tutoring it directly is easy. You cast one of these cards, pick Stunning Reversal, and go about your day. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. No, discarding Stunning Reversal is much more interesting. Red is replete with instants and sorceries that rummage. Cathartic Reunion, Seize the Spoils, Pirate's Pillage, Demand Answers, Thrill of Possibility, Big Score, Unexpected Windfall. All of these cards are the same, just with the answers changed a bit so the teacher doesn't notice. As an additional cost, you discard some number of cards to draw some bigger number of cards, and potentially find out that the true treasure was the friends you made along the way. Why care about doing things in this matter? Well, if you Magar one of the treasure-finding variants of the spell onto the battlefield, connecting with them actually goes mana positive, and that's where the second secret win condition of the deck comes in, spell copying. You see, if you cast something like Dual Strike before you cast Unexpected Windfall, you'd get a second copy of Unexpected Windfall, which means double the treasures. And unlike fast copy spells such as Fork, slow copy cards like Twinferno and Repeated Reverberation don't need the stack to be set up to work. They cause a delayed trigger to occur the next time you cast an instant or sorcery spell, meaning they work with Magar. For example, if you connected with both a Howl of the Horde spell creature and an Unexpected Windfall spell creature, you can layer the triggers so that you cast Howl first, and then Unexpected Windfall to get 3 free copies of the spell for a total of 6 treasures. That leaves both your hand and your coffers full. You'll easily find either Stunning Reversal, one of the Graveyard Tutors, or, in the worst case, some big fuck-off spell that boringly wins the game in normal fashion, but I mean, that's no fun. But that leaves one last question. You've made your creatures unblockable. You've got a Stunning Reversal spell creature. How the hell do you actually win? Scratch that, how the hell do you actually lose? Remember, Stunning Reversal doesn't do anything unless you lose, and conceding doesn't count because this isn't a standoff in Honolulu scenario. Luckily, both questions have the same answer. We're gonna play cards so goddamn good that they're balanced around the fact that they kill you if they resolve. The Fettuccine Alfredo of cards, if you will. I'm talking, of course, about Final Fortune, a spell that gives you an extra turn but kills you at the end of that turn for good measure. So here's the deal. You cast Final Fortune, or one of its legally distinct cousins, and then Magar it into a spell creature. On your extra turn, you hit an opponent with both the Stunning Reversal and the Final Fortune, casting both. Now, you're still set to lose the game from last turn's Final Fortune, but hold on a second. Stunning Reversal saves the day by replacing that loss with 7 cards, 1 life, and a dream. Now you get to take another turn, because you've also just cast another copy of Final Fortune. So with this, you can just keep doming your opponents until they're dead. Unfortunately, you still are on some sort of clock. I mean, you're drawing 7 cards a turn, so you'll eventually run out of deck, and Stunning Reversal can't save you from that. But you've got so many other big fuck-off spells that boringly win the game in a normal fashion, and since you're drawing 7 cards a turn, it's not long before you find one of them. Now I know what you're thinking. And don't worry, I agree. David E. Kelley's legal comedy drama Boston Legal really didn't age that well. Oh, and what if someone blows up Stunning Reversal while you're doing this? Do you just lose? Well, most of the time, yes, and that's hilarious, but don't worry, the deck has some redundancy. Platinum Angel stops you from losing, Sundial of the Infinite exiles the end step lose the game trigger, and ironically, a Glorious End spell creature can indefinitely postpone your impending death, despite each cast ostensibly killing you another time. Actually, an unblockable Glorious End Final Fortune pair has a much longer clock. Shit, is that actually a better build-around than Stunning Reversal? Well, you don't ever lose the game as a part of your combo, so it's nowhere near as interesting, but hey, whatever floats your boat. So now you know how they brew it. But why do they brew it? Because Magar of the Magic Strings leaves your soul in indefinite limbo while you slowly whittle away your opponents with endless combats. Dance on a knife's edge and take a chance to make your move, praying your opponents can't remove a key piece or even just ping you for 1 somewhere in the middle of it. It's an exhilarating deck to play. Make your creatures unblockable, draw a bunch of cards, set up your graveyard, and take infinite turns. Is this loss? No, it's something much more. If you liked seeing this deck and want to play it yourself, the full deck list is in the description. If you want more like it, then comment below, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. You can read all of the articles that this series is based on right now at my website, gamesfreaksa.info. And while you're there, check out my other projects and join my Discord, where you can chat with other Janketeers, submit new deck ideas, and more. Check out the links in the description for all of that, and until next time.